Hi, welcome to Bookwood. I'm glad you chose to spend some time with me. If you haven't met before, my name is Mashou and I create bookish and journal related content over here on YouTube. Welcome in this a little bit particular video. This is part of the series that is linked to my readathon, which is called the Wanhériffe War. You can find all the information on the link in the corner or in the description box if you are interested. This video is to introduce the kids version because of course I still intend to be a family reading channel, and so I had to include the kids in our family, but maybe also yours, in this adventure. For the kids version, I have created this little printable that you can also find in the Google Drive that is also linked down below. And it represents the 20 prompts that are also the prompts for the adult version of this readathon. But some of them are slightly simplified, like which one, for example? Like set near water, that would just be like some water on the cover. Looking for something that would become like something in which you can see some kind of direction taken, and having the prompts translated into these little images also makes that they easily can recognize. So this one is mainly meant for the ones that still like to listen to stories told and who like pictures books like Meyrine and Naoki. And they can hunt the library for a book which has one of something like this on the cover. But they can also be used for middle grade, if not on the cover, then also in the story, like for adult books. This might sound a little bit confusing, so we decided that we would show you how this would work. So we are now in the garden in front of our magnificent library. Also a link about our library in the corner up there and down below. And the kids are going to play this game. Meyrine and Naoki are going to hunt for picture books. Niklaus has decided to have a very particular challenge. He is not a big reader and he has engaged to read 4 books, and so he also will have a little version of this, and he will pick 4 books and link them to 4 prompts and read them during the month of August. I hope that you will all encourage him together with me, because he really deserves that for the effort he's going to do, because he doesn't like reading, especially not fiction books. But he has an idea what he's going to take. So we'll take you with us inside, and we will come back for a little chat afterwards so that we can present to you the books that he or that they have picked. We are back from the library, and the whole experiment went a little bit more difficult than I expected. Meyrine and Naoki are both having some trouble with the heat. At home we have air conditioning, so when we go out and it's hot, they tend to notice that. And Meyrine also didn't completely grasp the idea of the game. She's only 6, she will be 7 in August. And also she prefers baby books, and I tried negotiating to not read those anymore. I prefer reading them a little bit bigger stories that are more suited for their age. And Naoki, well, having too much problem with the heat as a very neurodivergent person, completely zoned out. Before diving into these more like picture books, we had also Niklaus, who went in another section of the library, the comics, manga, graphic section, and he picked out several books for the prompts, and he's eager to show you what he's going to try to read over the month of August. And he will be explaining in French his choice, and I will be translating for you. Instead of making subtitles, because that's a whole fuss and I don't want to do that this summer. So, Niklaus, quel livre as-tu choisi?
Moi, j'ai choisi en premier, j'ai pris celui-là.
The first book you picked is La cuisine des ogres. And I think, I will have a look, but I really think this is a French only one. So it's a comic. And why did you pick it? Pourquoi tu l'as choisi?
Parce que pour l'eau.
So he took this one for the water prompt, and I think it's quite obvious that we have some kind of sea or lake and then a little boat. And this is, let me see. There is like a quotation on the back, and he says, the worst thing in all of that is that the old mother was right. I'm afraid of everything, and especially of having no talents. For that to be fixed, I will need to make the decision to grab my chance, right? So I am curious to hear him talk about, but the artwork is very nice. What did you pick next?
J'ai pris ceux-là, les 2 tomes.
And why did you pick them? Pourquoi tu les as choisis?
La cozy fantasy.
So for cozy fantasy, and pourquoi? Parce que dans le canapé?
Oui.
Because the character is in the in the sofa, it looks cozy. And this is a manga. It's called Nights with Cats. It is by Clio Z, and well, it's a manga with cats. So I might try to read those as well.
La suite de la cozy fantasy.
T'as pris que de la cozy?
Après, non. C'est pas dans l'ordre.
Also for cozy, I'll hold up one. It's like the volumes 1 to 6 of this manga, which is by Wataru Nadatani, and in French it is called Félin pour l'autre. Félin, which is a word game, because written like this, it is a feline creature. But if you read it, it also spells out mate one and then for the other. And it's also like cats. So it might be very funny as well. So the covers are very cute. Very cute. Qu'est-ce que tu as pris d'autre?
Dernier temps, ce que j'ai choisi, puis Yokai Watch.
Ah, and then for lequel? Pour lequel?
Avec le fantôme. Parce que les yokai sont des fantômes.
Okay, so for the ghost, he took the first volume of Yokai Watch because he says to me yokais are ghosts or some type of ghosts. Technically, Ghost was to scare you off. C'était des livres qui font peur?
Non, pas vraiment.
Donc c'est plutôt pour une créature d'un autre monde?
Ouais.
He says no, it's not for ghosts because this book does not scare me. It's for creatures from the other world, which it fits perfectly. So I hope he will enjoy his reads. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Tu fais là? I have unpacked all the books that I picked with the little ones to read for each of the prompts. And the first one is this one, and in English it is called Summer. It is by Susie Lee, and this is a book that you are meant to go through whilst listening to Vivaldi's The Summer. And it does has a little bit of text every now and then, but most of it is just like artistic impressions going with the music. It is, I think, a very interesting way of using the book medium, and I'm looking forward to try that. For the book with the superhero, we picked this one, which is called The Little Reader. Let me see if it is translated. No. This is a full French one, and it is about a princess who likes to read up in her tower romance books, and then one day she has to save the kingdom, and so I guess that she becomes quite a skilled hero. For a book with a bird, we picked this one. Again, I will have a look if it's a translation, but I don't think so. Nope. The reason I proposed that one is not only because of the beautiful toucan, which is a summery bird, but also for the very beautiful insights with these cutout pages. I thought this might be something very summery to read. So for the set near water, I picked this one, which is a translation from a Dutch book, which in French is called Premier jour de piscine, or the first swimming lesson, and it is about a frog that is going to learn how to swim, and of course it's not going to go exactly as expected, but I think the artwork is beautiful, and this might also be quite a funny book to read. For the clock or time, we picked two books, both about a race. The first one is this one, which is called 10 Snails Go on a Race. I don't think it's a translation. Nope. And of course, Naoki, who loves snails, really was gripped by this book, but then it is a very simple one to read. So I also proposed this horse race, which would speak more to Meyrine, who loves horses. It is also original. No, it's a translation. I'm looking because they say it is translation, but I don't have the original title. Or maybe I just get it wrong. So we are in a quite interesting horse race. For a book about school, the choice was a little bit difficult. We would have like my very first day at school type of books, but that's not really something that my kids are going through. So I took this one, which is called How to Be a Good Student. Having a look if it is translated. So this is right out of the library, so nothing is prepared. Let's see. Nope. Also by a French author, and it is about how to behave in class. And Naoki had quite a difficult class last year, so maybe this might be relatable. For a book with a door on the cover, I picked this one, which is called The Dog That Nino Didn't Have. This is a book that gained a prize. It is translated also from Dutch, which makes me quite happy to see some translation of Dutch books, because in adult section you don't find them easily. And this is an adventure, and it seems like quite a summary adventure about a boy and a dog, or the dog he doesn't have. For a book with conflict, I picked something that my kids might never pick by themselves, but I could argue that this was a nice read. It's a translation from English, so let me see if the English title is mentioned. Running with the Horses. And it's about a young girl who loves horses, and then one day she has to flee because her country is at war, and this is inspired of a true story. So I am very interested of reading this, and maybe even present it furthermore in one of my vlogs, since it's a true story. For books with a road on the cover, we have two. The first one is this very little one, and it's a very special format. It's like a harmonica. It is a, how do you say that in English? Traffic jam on a Belgian highway, which is called the E411. And then we also picked this one, which has the road down here. It is the incredible around the world of Bébert the cat. I wonder when I see the author's name. No, not a translation. And I picked this one because Meyrine a while ago took an atlas from the library, and this book visits another country or another city on each page, and then at the end we have the world. And I thought that might be something very interesting. It would also take us on a trip. We are not going anywhere this summer, so that might be fun. For the two road signs and the choice, I took this book, which is a choose your own adventure type of book, but then on children's format. So let's try out if at least they can agree on which page we will land on each time. Foot on the cover, Meyrine picked this one because there is a banana. It is the story of a cowboy. And it seems that this might be something very, very funny. I also proposed this one, which is about a group of friends that try to make an afternoon snack, that choose recipes, and then some bunch of insects come to disturb and they are trying to catch them. And I thought, well, images like this one are so cute. So we could try this one as well. For the book in which we are looking for something, I found this one, which is called, okay, it's, well, an investigation at the orchestra where the composer is found dead. Let me see. It is with a CD, so we have music to learn about. In English, it is called "The Composer is Dead." And well, I thought, well, if we somehow have some more time in the car, probably this is on one or other platform, and we can listen to it in the car. So we needed a book that enlightens us, and we picked these non-fiction books on turtles and tortoises, both of them, and also this one, which learns us about strawberries. And it is a translation from a Japanese book that is called Strawberries, and it's from the 70s. So this will be interesting as well, because it is like the story of the strawberry, but then through the story we learn about them. I thought very summary as well. Then we needed a book with a witch, and this one is called The Little Witch and the Black Forest. Let's see. It's also a translation from a Japanese, I think it's Japanese text. Yes, from Tokyo. And it's about saving a forest, witches who save a forest. For a book with a creature from the other world, we picked this one that Meyrine found. It's about a little girl who has a meet-up with a yeti and things go wrong. And I'm having a look because I feel it could be a translation, but nope, it's not, unfortunately. For a book with greenery on the cover, I picked this one. We have some branch here, some leaves over there. And this is a book that tells Jane Goodall's story. It is also not a translation. Oh, no. So no, this book is a translation, and it is, in English it's called Me, Jane. And I thought, well, why not combine like story pages, and it also has sprinkled, and of course I'm not finding one. Like it has the famous picture. It also has pages like this one, explaining a little bit about animals, which is always fun. For a book with flowers on the cover, I picked in this one. It is not translated. It's French, and it is a book basically stating boys and girls can do the same things. What I like about it is the artwork, the subject, of course. But, we have all kinds of flaps and things that move, and it is a little bit about introducing the things are not linked to a gender idea. For a cozy read, I picked this little book with the kids. It is called The Very Small House, and on the back it says, "Hey Bartoli, did you notice this very small house in the forest? Non, Arsène. I wonder who could live there. And if you would go knock on the door." And the whole book has like this very beautiful, quite rounded and yeah, cozy images. And I think this will be a very nice read to spend together. Then we have a book that scares us, or with a ghost, and I think this might be very funny. It is called I'm Afraid. Is it translated? Let's see. No, it's French also, and in this book there is this little girl who says, "No, spider, I'm not afraid of you." And so the spider wonders if there is something bigger and something more worth being afraid of than he is. So let's go investigate that. And the last one, a book for us, and this is called It's Forbidden to Eat the Books. Let's see if it's translation. Yes, it is a translation from English, but books aren't for eating. And it is about a book shop owner who gets this very special customer who seems to eat every book he touches. That will be a lot of reading this summer. We hope to do one book each day during August, so that we can spend some more time reading as a family, because that was something that we neglected a little bit this year, in between the kids being very tired when we come home in the evening, and not every morning some time to read in the car. The habit got a little bit lost, and I want to take this readathon and this challenge to recreate this habit for us, because I think it's very important to read with the kids. I plan to have them elect their favorite book of the week every week, and to present you at least one of these books in our vlogs. Until then, I hope that you will have fun reading with your own children, or maybe with your grandchildren, or maybe with your nieces or the children of the neighbors. It would be fun that we could use a challenge to spread reading to children as well. And if you don't have this opportunity, I hope you will have a great reading summer. See you soon!